Right friends, welcome back to third capsule. This is with regard to important bills passed by the parliament. Both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha passed these bills, and once the president's assent is given, then they will become acts, right? So the first one is Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 2016 and Dentists Amendment Bill 2016. They are basically to amend Indian Medical Council Act of 1956 and Dentists Act of 1948. So what is the purpose of amending these acts? The main purpose is, from now onwards, admission to medical and dental courses across the country, both government as well as private colleges, will be done only through single common entrance test from 2017-18. So from next year onwards, there will be only one single admission test, that is known as the NEET, National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. What is the main purpose? This is basically to prevent exploitation of students through multiplicity of exams. And there is a clause, Medical Council of India can specify other than English and Hindi in which entrance exams can be conducted. So as to give equal importance to regional languages also, there is a provision that admission test can be conducted in regional languages also. However, this may lead to some temporary setback to rural students. Because of the reason, the syllabuses are different across the country and rural students are mostly in the mediums of their respective state languages. Not only that, the syllabus is also different. Because of these reasons, in the short run, maybe 1 or 2 years, rural students may be affected. And lot of advice is coming from several quarters on the pattern of a scholastic aptitude test or SAT. At the same time, just like GMAT, there is a suggestion that this NEET can be conducted at least 3-4 times in a year, so as to find the eligible candidates for admission instead of conducting the test only once. There are several suggestions from various quarters to conduct this exam multiple number of times, just like SAT and GMAT in other countries. Let us see how the government will react. Looking to the second one, that is Institutes of Technology Amendment Bill 2016. As per this bill, 6 new IITs are added as institutes of national importance. Now, the 6 new IITs will come up at Palakkad in Kerala, that is the Palghat, the old name, in Kerala, then Goa, Dharwad in Karnataka, then Tirupati, the Pilgrim Center in Andhra Pradesh, Bhilai, that is Steel City in Chhattisgarh, Jammu in Jammu and Kashmir. So 6 new IITs will come here, and at the same time it also brings ISM Dhanbad, that is Indian School of Mines Dhanbad, Jharkhand, within the ambit of this parent act. So ISM Dhanbad will be given status as IIT. And please don't forget, the Institutes of Technology Act 1961 declares certain institutes of technology as institutions of national importance. Please look into this slide. These are IITs. They are the institutes of national importance, and some of the examples I have given here, just like IIT Kharagpur, Bombay, Madras, Kanpur, Delhi and Guwahati. Looking to the next issue, that is Bonomi Transactions Prohibition Amendment Bill 2016. This was passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Once the President gives his assent, it will become an act. It amends Bonomi Transactions Prohibition Act of 1988 so as to give more teeth, so as to impose more penalties, at the same time so as to bring in more types of transactions as Bonomi transactions. This law was strengthened. And you may ask, what are the Bonomi transactions? Let me tell you one example. If the property is in the name of X, but X is not aware about the ownership. Property is in the name of X, but X is not aware about the ownership of that property. That is a Bonomi. That means somebody else with the black money is registering property in somebody else's name. And at the same time, if the property is in the name of some fictitious name, there is no person by that name. If the property is registered in the name of some fictitious name, then also it is categorized as Bonomi property. And third one is, if the person paying for the procurement of property is not traceable. The property is in the name of X, but Y paid the consideration for that property. Y purchased that property, Y paid the money, but the property is in the name of X. So, when the person who paid the consideration for the property is not traceable, then also it comes under Bonomi property. The basic purpose of giving more teeth to Bonomi Transactions Prohibition Act of 1988 is to curb domestic black money. And Union government can confiscate Bonomi property by following let down procedure. Only Union government can confiscate Bonomi property, and institutional mechanism is also created. One is adjudicating authority, appellate authority, then high courts. If somebody is not satisfied with the orders of adjudicating authority, then people can approach appellate authority. Then if they are not satisfied with appellate authority, people can approach high courts. So, this is the institutional mechanism created, and at the same time, for entering into Bonomi transactions, imprisonment up to 7 years and fine which may extend up to 25% of the fair market value of Bonomi property can be imposed. And the Bonomi property may be movable property, maybe some car, maybe some truck, maybe immovable property. Immovable property is land or a house. Then tangible, tangible means which can be physically seen. Intangible, which cannot be seen physically. So, the Bonomi property can be in the form of movable, immovable, tangible and intangible, right? So as to curb the domestic black money, this is another act brought by the center. And please don't forget, for curbing black money abroad, last year the government brought Black Money Act, right? So these are the steps taken by the government to curb black money. Last one is Enforcement of Security Interest and Recovery of a Debt Loss Amendment Bill 2016. There are several debt recovery laws in this country. Basically, to strengthen the debt recovery mechanism of the banks. All of you are well aware the gross non-performing assets of banks increased enormously in recent times. So as to give more teeth to the existing laws, these amendments were brought. And recently, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha passed, only President's assent yet to be given. And with this, government expects ease of doing business will be improved. And the 4 acts which are amended through this are SURFACE Act. You may ask, what is meant by SURFACE Act? SURFACE Act is Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act of 2002. Under SURFACE Act, asset reconstruction companies or ARCs are created, and banks can sell bad loans to ARCs. Now certain amendments are made to this SURFACE Act, that is, the district magistrate will take over the collateral property within 30 days and hand it over to the creditors. So the district magistrate will come into picture. District magistrate will assist the creditors in taking over the collateral property, and at the same time district magistrate will also help the creditors for taking over the management of the company. And at the same time, as per the amendments, the collateral property should be registered with the central registry. So these are the important aspects or amendments made to surface the Act. Next one is Recovery of Debts Due to Banks and Financial Institutions Act 1993. Certain amendments are made to this, and based on this act, debt recovery tribunals are existing in this country, and certain amendments are made for increasing the age limit of presiding officers of debt recovery tribunals and chairpersons of appellate tribunals. So these are the changes made. Then some changes to Depositories Act of 1996, Indian Stamp Act of 1899, certain changes made by exempting stamp duty on the collateral property when it is transferred to the creditors. So these are the amendments made through Enforcement of Security Interest and Recovery of Debt Laws Amendment Bill 2016. Basically to give more teeth and to strengthen banks which are badly affected by non-performing assets. Right friends, these are the important legislations passed by both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha during the week. Have a nice day. Please do join for other modules. Thank you.